So today is Tuesday, September 10th. I was able to make a very nice profit of $1,635 today. So very happy with my gains so far. Very happy on what I was able to see. $1,635. If you guys want to see my complete P&L on this trade, it is right here. This is right from E-Trade, right from my E-Trade broker. And you can see the exact times I got in, the exact price I got in, how I got in on a limit order, and again, the stock, of course, that I got in on. And this stock was CANF, especially whenever I have, a nice solid trade like this. I just always like to go over it to let you guys know why and how, and how this was possible for me to be able to make how much money? $1,600 in how much short of a time? 4 minutes. I made $1,600 in 4 minutes. Look I got in at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock and 1 second. I got out at 7:04 and 41 seconds. Right? Less than 5 minutes was able to make this gain. Now, how? How was I able to make this profit? Well, this is one of my favorite things to do, guys. One of my favorite things to do is be able to wake up early before 90% of people are going to be waking on up. Because you can make so much money in pre-market. Pre-market in the first hour and a half, 2 hours of the day are my favorite times to trade. They are. But people are like, oh, okay, so 9:30 to 11 is the hottest time to trade. Yes, when the market's open. Usually that first hour and a half to 2 hours. But I've seen some of the biggest spikes, some of the biggest rips, some of the biggest runs in pre-market. But why is pre-market so hot? Why do we see so many big-time spikes? Why do we see so many big-time rips in pre-market? Because that's when all the brand new press releases come out. The brand new news. That's when we see it. And it comes down to a first come, first serve basis. It does. And why is it so crazy? Because people aren't willing to wake up. And how many times have you guys heard me say this before? Sacrifice sleep for profit, right? It's 7 a.m. Eastern time. And I say, hey, wake up, wake up. You wake up right now, I'll give you $1,600. I bet you're jumping out of bed. You're jumping out of bed and you're saying, okay, let's do it, right? I understand if you're in Cali, if you're on the West Coast, it's 3:50 in the morning. You're trying to get up at 4 a.m., trying to get ready for pre-market. It's not easy. I understand that, guys. I love sleeping, right? I think I love sleeping so much because I get so little of it. But hey, there's money to be made, right? Do I want to go dream or do I want to go live out my dreams? I want to make money, right? So when I look at this, I see CANF. CANF comes out with a press release this morning at 6 o'clock. So at 6 o'clock right here, again, this is when this press release comes out. Now, again, the live stream, guys, where I stream my news, where I stream my scanners, this goes up at 7 a.m. So you guys are going to be able to see this whole entire news streamer. You guys are able to see all these great scanners. You guys are able to see it all. So again, we had this open, the chat opened at 6:50 a.m. and a lot of people right away started posting CANF alerts. I want to give a shout out to the first person, again, right when we opened the chat at 6:50 a.m. this morning. Who was it? Edison A. If you guys go over to alerts chat this morning, again, the first things I did over on Tradecaster, of course, I had the alerts right here, and I had a link to live stream so you guys can watch it. And then we had Edison A, CANF. He posted this at 6:56 a.m. 6:56 a.m. Then again, at 6:59, I sent out a text alert. I also put it in chat. I said, looking for a 7 a.m. buy CANF right away for an early morning profit, right? So I was, again, ready for this one. I do want to give a big shout out over to Edison, as I said, for being on top of your game right there and really saying to yourself, hey, you know what? This is going to be one that we want to be focusing on. So I looked over on CANF and I said, oh, wow, this is a strategic agreement, right? So I said, this is a strategic agreement. As we know, keywords look for in hot press releases, guys, right? So keywords look for in hot press releases. We have phase one, or excuse me, we have 1-star words, we have 2-star words, and we have 3-star words. 4-star words are the best words you can get, again, when you meet primary endpoints. But we know 1-star is going to be decent. We know 2 stars is going to be good. We know 3 stars is really solid, and 4 stars is like the best you guys can get. So we always like to look, and we usually end up in the 3-star word category. And again, when we have what? A strategic agreement, That's going to bring two companies working together. That's a very good word. Now, again, a lot of times you guys read these press releases and you say, we enter a strategic agreement with Univo Pharmaceuticals to develop cannabinoid-based pharmaceuticals essays. So it's like, I don't know anything what that means, right? You don't need to be a pharmaceutical, guy. You don't need to be a doctor. You guys don't need to be into medicine. You guys don't need to be in any of this. All you guys got to do is know your key words. Agreement. Boom. Right? Also, CANF is going to be a lower float play, right? So if we go over to, Yahoo Finance, right? We go over to CANF. We click again, statistics right here. And once this comes on up, we go to statistics. We go to float, 1 million in float. So I have a stock with a 3-star word, and I have a stock with 1 million in float. I also have pre-market on my side. And what do I mean by that? Pre-market on my side means no one else has been able to trade the stock yet, because brokers don't open up till what time? 7 o'clock. There are the exceptional broker, there are like interactive brokers, or there may be one or two others that do what? That'll open up at like 4 a.m. But 99% of people, guys, are not going to be trading before 7 a.m. And even the people that can trade at 7 a.m., like, I don't want to say you, but again, like other people out in the world, most people aren't going to wake up at 6:50 to catch the 7 a.m. press release, right? So waking up, having everything open, set, ready to rock and roll by 6:50 for me, then I see CANF, $6. Or excuse me, this press release came out 57 minutes ago. So I know, all right, 7 a.m. coming on up. What do? I see on the level 2, right? I see if I put on the level 2 right here, CANF. In pre-market, CANF had the ask. The ask was right at 275, okay? I know, I'm just counting down the seconds, waiting until 7 a.m. And I'm looking, I'm saying, all right, 5, 4. So I'm, again, getting ready. At this time, what am I doing? At this time, I'm going over towards my entries right here, and I'm typing CANF, 1,000 shares, and I'm typing out 275. Something I also do, guys, is I turn off my confirmation screen. I don't want a confirmation screen. So sometimes if you guys press buy, it's going to say, are you sure you want to buy these plays? And then you got to say yes again. I turn that off. If I click buy, I'm going in right away. So it's very easy. It's kind of like I'm doing like quick little market orders whenever I click buy. If there's a lot of people, on the ask with a limit order at 275. So I saw CNF. No one has played it yet. No one has touched it yet. It's a low float stock with a press release. CNF is also low on its RSI and is a previous spiker, right? We have, some previous rips, some previous runs. There's, I believe, one giant one in the past. I mean, that one's decent, but I believe there's one huge one. Let me see here. Yeah, here it is, CNF. And again, this was a reverse stock split play. It didn't really go from $27 all the way to $119. It went from like $8 all the way up to $30. So there is, a massive spike before in this play. So massive spike, low float. No one's played it yet. And the press release just came out when the stock has a low RSI, right? When it's at the bottom of the chart, looking for the 50-day moving average break and room to run up to $10. I saw on the ask that the ask was at 275. What do? CNF, 1,000 shares, limit order, 275. Turn off my confirmation screen. Right when it comes to 7 o'clock, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click, click, click. And moved up toward I took out the 275s. Next asking price was up towards around 280. Switch this out, 280. Click, click, right? Right after I get in on this play, I say, what's a good profit? Well, if the stock's at 275, let me look for like 30 to 40 cents. I switch this out to 315, change it out to 2,000 shares right here. If it comes up to 315, click, sell it, boom. If it comes up to 310 right here, let's 1,000 shares right here. If it goes up towards 310 right here, let me lock in 1,000, click, boom. Now I sit back, right? And then I'll let the last 2,000 shares play out a little bit, right? So now I sit back at this moment. And then what am I seeing? CANF, look at this play. Stock goes from, again, I'm in at 275 because I got in right here. Stock's moving up, 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 stock's moving up. I get out, 310, first orders get hit, right? Moving up, moving up, move up, 315 getting hit. Stock runs all the way up towards around 320. I start locking in my profit. The stock just went from 275 all the way up almost 50 cents, right? I was able to make a beautiful profit. So again, looking back at this, I'm in. Again, let's step by step this right here. I'm in 7 o'clock with 1 second. I literally pressed buy the moment I was allowed to. I clicked buy again 2 seconds later after that. I clicked buy again 6 seconds after that. 275, 275, 275. I tried to get another 275. Didn't work out. The ask moved on up. So I got filled 285, 285, right? Set my limit order up high, 315, 2,000 shares. Because again, I want the stock running into it. I don't want to try to be getting it out on the bids because again, that could hold the stock down if I do that. So I want to see the stock keep shooting on up. So I'm setting my orders high for the stock to run into it, not for me to put an ask on the bids to kind of hurt it and even weaken it, right? These are things that experienced traders know, right? You want to put the limit up high. The stock then does what, right? And I'll show you what I mean by this right here. So if I'm in on a play with a pre-market, and I know, again, volume's just coming in on this play, and we start getting a little momentum, stock's moving up, 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 I want to put my orders, my sell orders up here, right? And guess what happens? The stock will run into it and then break through it and run into it because it has already has a good momentum. But if the stock is moving up, 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 and then I start battering down, the bids right here, and it starts popping on up, and then I batter down the bids right here, it could possibly turn. One person, two people, especially early morning pre-market, could possibly turn a whole entire play or turn the whole entire momentum. So right after I got in, right here and right here, I all of a sudden just put my sell orders all the way up at high because I want the stock to run into it. Take it out, run into it. I don't want to be battering the stock down and making it turn directions. I don't want to be making traders be like, oh, wow, someone's selling the stock, at this area. I want the stock to run up to this area and people be like, all right, that's a normal sell target. I don't want people dumping on the bids and losing our buyers, right? Does that make sense? So that's why, again, I put my limit orders up high at 315, got my 2,000 taken out. Quick little dip, got my 309, 310. There's my 315 once again, right? So there's my $1,600 in profit, which, very, very happy about and very excited about as well. So that was an awesome gain. That was an awesome trade. And I was in and out of that trade, within the first, as I already said, first 10 minutes of that play, right? So first 10 minutes of that play, absolutely great. Super awesome, super excited, $1,600 profit, 5,000 shares right there. And again, we're continuing on with the party, keeping it up and having some fun right here. So I was also looking for a possible FRIN bounce play. FRIN, I was looking for a bounce play right here at 920. Notice the stock went from 925, 923 up towards around 966. I was just looking for 1,000 shares there. And that's really just because if you guys go ahead and put a support line right at this mark, we could see that we have what? We're going to have old resistance. Boom. We're at 920, 925, right? Breaks through 920, 925. Then what do we have? Then we have support. Where do we have support? Boom. Right here at 920 and 925. So I want to look for a quick bounce play. 920 for this stock to shoot all the way up to 960, 1,000 shares. And again, if you're looking right here, if you're looking at like what was that other order? Right here, I was trying to buy FARN. I was trying to buy FARN, a limit order at the price of 920. Never got filled. Never got filled because the stock only came down to 923, and I missed out on like $400, $500 in profit. So I missed out on about $400, $500 profit just because of like 2 cents. But I was right there. I was right there with the money. I was right there on what I wanted. And just, again, a little bit, just a minuscule too low. But overall, it's been an awesome, awesome day. NSPR obviously turned into a big pump and dump. I was late to that one, and on top of that, I didn't want to chase it. Whenever we have these like pump and dump plays, I just never want to chase them. And if we look back at that one, that was just foomp, foomp, right? That thing just straight on up, straight back on down. And that's why I didn't want to chase that stock. Sometimes those do get very, very tough to play, right? Sometimes those stocks get very tough to play. Sometimes those stocks that shoot on up so quickly and people start selling, momentum just turns. It's basically like all it is change of emotion, right? That's all NSPR is. NSPR starts moving on up. People say, oh, wow, a big time spike. I got to buy, I got to buy, I got to buy. Stock gets halted. People are saying, oh my gosh, I can't miss it. I got to get in on this play. Everyone starts buying the stock. Then once one person starts selling, two people, I got to sell, I got to sell, I got to sell, everyone's selling. And it comes right back on down, right? So again, that's why I didn't touch that one. But great start for today. It's 10:40 in the market. Very excited to see what's going to be coming up in the near future. And again, the stock that I'm looking at right now is going to be FARN for a possibility. Let's go back over to about a 2-minute time frame right here. Let's turn off pre-market. So we're going to turn off pre-market, and we're really just going to be watching for this VWAP break coming up within the next 20 minutes or so. So again, we're coming up for the next 20 minutes or so. We're going to be looking to see if this stock is going to be able to get that VWAP break, still building some higher lows, and we're looking for the stock to squeeze itself between this trend line and the VWAP for this stock to be able to move on up. So that's going to be our main watch right now for the next 20 to 25 minutes. Awesome job. Just wanted to go over my trade so far this morning so you guys have a great understanding of what I was doing, what I was looking at, and how I was able to make my profit.